Story of transport. Objective: to look at the historical developments in the modes of transport. John's family was planning to go to their village to spend their vacation. John was curious about his first vacation and had many questions about the travel. Like how far it is, how are they traveling, and when would they reach? John's father answered him saying it is around 1,000 kilometers away. First, we shall use a car to reach the railway station. Then take a train to reach the main city. And from there, we have to take a bus to the nearest town, and then finally a yacht to our village. And it would take around 30 hours to reach. John got excited, imagining so many different types of vehicles and modes of transport. He wanted to know more about the modes of transport and their story. His dad started telling him the story. Earlier, humans traveled everywhere on foot. They did not have any other means of transport. They figured out that animals can be used for carrying loads. They also observed animals that can travel on water surface. They learned how one can float on water with the help of a log in which a hollow cavity was made. As the time passed on, they made boats by attaching different pieces of wood into different shapes, mostly into the shapes of water creatures. The most significant invention was the wheel. The wheel brought about a large change in the means of transport. Initially, wheel was used to make pots. Later, they realized that if a plank was attached on the wheels, it would be easier to transport goods like wood, food, etc. This led to the invention of carriages and wagons. Animals were used for pulling the wagon. It enabled humans to carry more goods and to cover large distances. Until the early 19th century, people depended on the animals, boats, and ships for transportation. New means of transportation was developed with the invention of steam engine in the 1800s. New railroads were constructed on which steam engines were used to pull wagons and carriages. Animals that used to pull wagons were replaced with steam engines. This led to the invention of automobiles. Steam was used in ships to move the turbines and propel faster. By the late 1900s, airplane was invented. Humans could travel and transport goods across countries and continents quickly using airplanes. It became the fastest mode of transport, covering thousands of kilometers in just a few hours. Steam engines were replaced with diesel and petrol engines. It resulted in smaller and faster automobiles. Nowadays, electric vehicles are gradually replacing diesel and petrol vehicles. The 20th century also saw the invention of rocket and spacecraft. which enabled humans to go out of the Earth's atmosphere and reach distances as far as the moon.